welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well out there, and today we're gonna head off for a TV miniseries creature feature. But before we do that, do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Join me here, I greatly would appreciate that. Also, as always, a shameless plug for my TeePublic page. I'll leave a link in the description box below. And today we're gonna head off and talk about Peter Benchley's Creature. Yes, this movie debuted on ABC on May 17th of 1998. And to direct this TV film, movie, miniseries, however you want to call it, was Stuart Gillard. And in this film, we actually got a really good cast here, honestly. Craig T. Nelson as Dr. Simon Chase. I love Craig T. Nelson from Poltergeist, Action Jackson. I mean, he was in other films as well. Obviously, he was on Coach. Love Craig T. Nelson, and he's really good here, as you would expect. And the other really good actor, well, there's a few good actors in here, but Kim Cattrall is in here as Dr. Amanda Mason. Actually, it's Dr. Chase's ex-wife, and they have a son together. We'll get into that. Colm Ferrara, I think I'm saying his name right. He was also in Storm of the Century, another TV miniseries based on Stephen King's book. He plays Admiral Aaron Richland. Also, there's some other notable character actors in this film. So there are other folks that you will recognize if you've never seen this film. You can get this Blu-ray on Amazon for about $20. I remember watching this back in the 90s. Haven't seen it since then, so I wanted to give it a rewatch, so I picked up this Blu-ray. And honestly, simple premise. This is a creature feature run amok. This U.S. Navy outpost on this island off of St. Lucia in the Caribbean doing this testing on sharks and great white sharks and dolphins, and they create this hybrid. It's very aggressive, and it gets loose. And the Navy shuts down that facility. Fast forward to 20 years later or 30 years later, and Dr. Chase has leased this island from the Navy. It's been vacant since that day, and he's doing research on great white sharks. And his ex-wife comes in with their son, and she has a sea line that goes out to film under the water sea life with a camera strapped to its back, and she's doing research as well. And it was a good reason for them to all get together so Chase can spend time with his son. And the monster is back and starts killing off the islanders, first in the water, and then eventually the thing develops where it can go on land and breathe air, and they have to stop it. And that is pretty much Creature. Very simple premise. It's how these usually go. There's a lab that did experimentations on animals. Something genetically mutates, and then it runs amok and starts killing people. And that's the same thing here. Now, this was based on a Peter Benchley novel that was released in 1994 called White Shark. In 1997, it was republished as Creature to tie in with the movie. You know, they do that tie-in so they can sell more books and draw more attention to the miniseries. So what to like about this film? Well, the acting. I think the acting is pretty damn good across the board here. You'll notice other notable actors in this cast, even the ones I did not mention. Craig T. Nelson, I mean, he's done other films, so him being the lead here, he's good here for what he's given to do. Kim Cattrall as his ex-wife, she is good here, fabulous here as well. And they work well together. They have some good chemistry. The only downfall is the actor who plays their son. He's okay. He's not quite as seasoned of an actor. If you know, I'm trying to be polite here. So his acting is hit or miss at times. Oh, you know, the monster action is fun. It's a TV movie, so you see blood, but it's all just coming up from the water. So there's no really gore here. You see some scratches and stuff on people, but it's not overly gory here. This is network TV stuff, so you're not seeing a whole lot. The monster itself was done by Stan Winston and his crew. And at points in time, it looks pretty good. At other moments, not so good, depending on the lighting on it. When it's lit properly, it looks really convincing. When it's not lit properly, it looks like a guy in a suit. But it looks pretty cool, and knowing that they did it practically, I'm always there for that. Practical is always better. And, you know, for a TV movie, I don't know what the budget was. I couldn't find that information. It's pretty damn good for a TV movie of this kind. There's some other effects, because it's a TV movie, don't look that great, especially on this upgraded. The transfer is pretty good on this Blu-ray and on my 4K TV. Some of the other effects, like the rain and stuff, it's not really raining, or parts where they shoot day for night. It doesn't look the greatest, but that's okay. We can forgive it. We know it's a TV movie. They were limited on budget. They weren't spending, $100 million on these films. It was usually around 10 to $15 million they were spent on this movie. And they shot a lot of it on the water, and that's expensive to do. They shot this movie in St. Lucia for real in the Caribbean, and then in Vancouver for other parts. So it was a mix of both locations. On the downside, it's very formulaic here. And it's 4 hours long, about just under 4 hours long without the commercials. And, in these TV movies, even if the ones I do really like, and I actually do enjoy this one, I'll give it a rating in a minute, there's some downtime. And it feels like there's stuff that can be cut out of this film that doesn't go anywhere. And this movie is no different. And that was always the thing about TV miniseries. They're stretching it out over multiple nights. This one was a 2-night event. But I remember other ones where they stretched it out for multiple nights. And, the problem with that is there's a lot of padding in there. Here, it's not quite as egregious as other films, TV miniseries, but they're still there. And when those moments happen, you can tell. Is this the greatest creature feature? No. I mean, it's the standard TV movie stuff, but they don't really make TV miniseries like this anymore. And I kind of miss them. I remember it being an event, like when Stephen King's It came on in 1990. Or like some of the ones Mick Garris did, like The Shining or The Stand. They were an event, and you wanted to tune in and watch it. And they don't really do it anymore. Although I don't watch cable TV, everybody's watching streaming, so there's streaming movies out the ass anymore, and a lot of them are bad. But I kind of miss those old TV style movies where they had like 10, 15 million bucks, and they go off and adapt a book, and they usually got some decent actors in the lead roles, and it was usually a fun time, although not great, but it was a good enough time that you would have some fun with it. And that's what this is. It's a good, fun time creature feature with some padding in there. I split this up over 2 nights because I'm not going to sit down and watch this over 4 hours. I had to split it up, especially during the work week. I can't stay up that late during the work. I'm usually up at 3:30 in the morning, so I can't stay up as late as I would like to. At the end of the day, it's a perfectly fine creature feature. It's not going to reinvent the wheel, but you can have some fun with it, and there's some good acting in it, and the creature at times looks really cool. And just knowing that they pulled it off for real, like I said, is a big plus for me. So at the end of the day, I would give Creature a 6.5 out of 10. You can have some fun with this one. I'm going to do another TV miniseries movie, The Beast, with William Peterson in the next coming weeks. I remember watching that back in the day. That came out in 96. I remember some of that movie. Larry Drake's in that movie as well. I remember enjoying it. I don't know. I haven't seen it since then. I have the DVD coming. It's only available on DVD. It's not streaming anywhere. I have that coming from eBay. So when that comes in, I'm going to review that one as well. I've just been in the mood to go down memory lane for some of these TV movies. So what the hell? So yeah, 6.5 out of 10 for Creature. Do you remember this movie? Did you ever see this movie? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts were on it, or if you've even heard of it. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this video. I greatly would appreciate that. I'll be back soon with some more reviews, but until next time, bye.